Greetings. I'm Marina Orms, the founder of Astrology Heals at astrologyheals.com, and I'm here today with your Astro vibe for Tuesday, November 15th. We are talking today about creativity and the creative process with the moon in Leo. Yesterday, I talked about how to overcome blocks to your creative process, creative self-expression. And today, I thought we'd talk about the role of flow in the creative process because we've got two really important planets in Pisces, which is the sign of flow and going with the flow, good old flow. And so those two planets right now are Neptune and Jupiter. Jupiter, of course, is retrograde, has retrograded back into Pisces. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and abundance. So a feeling of bigness, of significance, of putting your faith and optimism into flow and what is flowing and how it is flowing. And of course, with Neptune, sorry, my chair just fell off the edge there. With Neptune in Pisces, we have this bigger picture of the ocean of being. Neptune is the planet of transcendence, of spirituality, and it's in the sign of the great ocean of being. And so what is more flowy than that? That's about as flowy as it gets. So so we have that the connection with our psychic sensitivity, our intuition, the ability to channel, if that's a word for you. Some people don't believe in channeling, but whatever it is, it's flowing through you, right? So as we've got this this energy of Jupiter and Neptune together, bringing this feeling of bigness and expansion into our hearts and how that flows through. And then we have the moon in Leo, getting us to focus on self-expression. So and creativity. And so we are opening to that bigger picture of flow and what that can look like. And so yesterday I gave you some really great tips on how to support your own creative process, your own creative self-expression, how to overcome any blocks that you experience, any fears. If you identify fears when you're working on something creative, and you can identify, hey, here's this fear that comes from my childhood, or something that's really irrational, but I can describe it. I can describe, here I get this panicky feeling, or I feel like maybe I can't breathe when I imagine putting my work out there, or I mean, that's just an example, right? So we have different fears that might come up, and describing those, getting curious about them, looking at them, asking yourself, what's going on there? What's coming up for me? Because sometimes if you look deeper into what's coming up, it can really reveal something. And then as you get some insight into what's going on, what's coming up for you, you might even be able to put that into your creative work. Maybe that is part of what is wanting to be expressed. So just a thought. But as we go with the flow, we're letting what happens happen, and trusting that, and opening ourselves so that we can be a conduit. So if you don't like the word channeling, you can use the word conduit, or right, it's like it's coming from you, but it's also not coming from, it's coming through you, but not from you, right? And that's really when we're being creative, we have that sense of tapping into the bigger picture of divine creative energy and wisdom. and our interconnectedness with all that is, with the bigger picture of the divine and all, really all that's possible, right? That sense of infinite possibility and potential. So we're connecting with how that comes through us and how it gets shaped and molded by our own truth, our own personality, our own, like, not just our beliefs, but also how we're built, how we're wired, what's unique about us, our experiences, and how we are unique and can share that from our own place of truth. So letting the flow come through your creative self-expression, whether that is art, some art form that you might do, painting, photography, music, even if you're just enjoying music, that can help you dance, dance and flow. And, of course, I relate to writing and words and finding words. So whatever it is that is unique to you. And as I was mentioning yesterday, there are some things in your astrology chart that we can look at to, if this is really resonating for you, we can look at your chart to get more insight into your creative process and what is natural to you, what might be getting in the way, how you could think about it, how you can address anything that's challenging you or feels like something that needs to be cleared to clear the way for the flow of your self-expression. And so we would look at the 5th house in your chart. We would look at what planets you have in Leo. We would look at the sun. We would look at any challenging aspects there are to your sun or to your 5th house or to any planets in Leo, and how that shows up, and what is your best type of creative self-expression and the best ways to support yourself in letting that flow. So check out your own chart if you want some support with that. I'm available for a session. You can book time with me at astrologyheals.com. We could look at your own creative process and your own creative expression and how to support that most effectively. But of course, we're just going with the flow here, and the moon is in Leo, and it's the perfect time to explore and experiment and to live out loud and to shine your light and to be who you are, because the world needs you. You are different from everybody else, and you have something unique to offer. And that's what the moon in Leo reminds us of, how to live according to that authentic truth. And the moon is, while it's in Leo, it's going to pass through this 3rd quarter. The 3rd quarter moon is a time of special extra integration time of the full moon, which was last week's lunar eclipse in Taurus, and the sun, of course, in Scorpio. And so we are, with that 3rd quarter moon, integrating what was revealed, what was illuminated around that eclipse. And how you're doing that is through your self-expression. So there you go, tying it all together. Always, we're here in the moment, but it's always part of the bigger picture. And on Sunday, I gave you some deep insights into what that bigger picture is, what's going on, what to expect, and how we are living these bigger astrological cycles, and how the collective is evolving over time. All right. Thank you so much for being here and for being with me on this incredible journey as we learn and discover who we are as human beings and continue our work to grow and evolve. All right. Thanks for being here. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And thank you for telling a friend if you are enjoying these videos. I'll see you next time. I'll be back tomorrow with your Astro vibe. All right. Bye for now.